to figure out what his handle is. Is he server muted? I think it's I don't see him in here actually. HEXGO just like sweep the on-chain floor, do a giveaway, and not show up. I mean, that's not like the worst thing in the world, but it would be cool to know what they're talking about.
We have Niche in the house right now who can go first.
Yeah. Let's switch. Yep, let's pass it over to Niche, and I will try and track down Mike.
Let's go.
Cool. Hey everyone. Really excited to be reunited with the WIP fam. Yeah, so I'm Niche. I'm a head of platform at 1KX, doing platform support, some content writing there, and spearheading a few of our initiatives that we're launching with our portfolio companies. So this latest one is a hackathon series that basically focuses on accelerating innovation for emerging Web3 verticals, right? So starting with NFT financialization, which is a really, exciting, vibrant space that's happening right now that allows you to do more with your NFTs. So NFT financialization basically covers anything from, protocols that allow you to gain liquidity for your NFTs, that's generalized marketplaces, aggregators, protocols that allows you to collateralize loans with your NFTs, as well as pricing protocols that allow you to, value them, renting protocols, liquidity pools, fractionalization. So the space has been like super vibrant over the past year. And I actually wrote like an article covering the financialization landscape published back in March, and already it's like super outdated. So like really exciting hackathon coming up that we're really hoping to seed like the next wave of NFT financialization protocols, right? That allow people to find liquidity for your assets and just do more with their NFTs. So it's called Macro Hackathons. Yeah, so it's happening on our Discord. This is an initiative that we're doing with MacroDAO, which is a Solidity developer community that performs, it's a service DAO that performs audits for various protocols in the space, as well as running smart contract bootcamps for developers. They do things like smart contract book club to look at, like famous protocol smart contracts and just basically run through them with devs. So really exciting. We have some leaders in this space sponsoring the hackathon with bounties. We have around 34K available in bounties from projects like NFTFi, NFT Bank, Ronin Network, Decentral Games, SudoSwap, Charged Particles, NFT Perp. And yeah, so like really exciting. It starts on Tuesday, the 16th, so this coming Tuesday. The first week, it runs for 2 weeks. The first week we'll have workshops from our sponsors, basically like teaching you, how to use their SDKs, running through their protocols. And then we also have some mentors coming in to do AMAs for the second week as well. So yeah, virtual hackathon. I'll paste some links for the registration, and so you can learn more about like what's happening there. And yeah, and the winner will get a free smart contract audit for their projects from MacroDAO. That's pretty much it for me. Like, feel free to like reach out if you have any questions. Let's see if I can paste the announcement here. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Like, excited to be back in CV. The build looks awesome. Yeah, that's it for me. Like, feel free to take it away.
That's awesome. So happy to have you back, Niche, and really excited for this hackathon that's coming up. I think Peter Pan had reached out to me literally like minutes after you had pinged me about it, and I guess I'll be like a judge or something like that of this. Quite excited to get a firsthand glimpse into what folks are able to hack together there. But I think we have a couple questions from the audience, so I will pass the mic to Show to hit you with those questions.
Hey, Niche, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. If there is money in the space already, why is there a need for a crypto fund? What is your end goal?
That's a great question. So actually, we thought about this a lot and kind of published a piece earlier this year about how we think the funding space and VC is going to evolve in the industry moving forward. So we're actually, like, as a fund, we're very bullish on service DAOs and investment DAOs as kind of like an evolution of VC, right? So service DAOs basically perform. So if you think about the VC space, right, like the role of a VC is two main things: to give a project's funding, and then post funding, they give support to the project, whether that's like marketing help, like networking, helping them like connect with auditing protocols. Legal advice and things like that. So we think that's gonna like unbundle over the next few years. So our strategy actually now is to look to support those DAOs actually, and like have those DAOs fund Web3 projects, because what like the setup with those is that the incentives are much more aligned and kind of crypto native with the space, right? And so so investment DAOs are examples of those are things like Tribute Labs, Hydra Ventures, which is like a fund to fund DAO, and they operate as a DAO, and contributors can come in and provide liquidity and also like use their own network and expertise to advise projects as well. So it's a lot more transparent and incentive aligned than traditional VCs, right? So so that's a great question. I think the VC structure right now is just a legacy kind of. It's just what we've gone used to and what we have for the time being, right? But yeah, we're extremely bullish on unbundling that and supporting service DAOs and connecting them with projects that we fund.
That's cool. When it comes to hackathons, there are some where the people who don't win the hackathon still create some awesome things, and the people who run the hackathon actually copy the work that was done, and they use it and manage to create some kind of tool or product, and they wind up making money from that. Is this hackathon something where the people won't be compensated who don't win, even if they create something for it?
Yeah. So the pricing structure works like this. So every submission by default gets submitted into the general track, where the judges panel pick the top 3 winners who win the prizes, and then if it covers a bounty that's been put up by the sponsors, then the sponsors get to pick bounty winners from there. But for those who don't win the prize, so what we did before with another hackathon was that we experimented with something called quadratic voting, and basically had a general prize pool that gets allocated to basically everyone, and the entire community gets to vote on who which projects they like the most. So everyone gets something, right? But then the long tail of projects kind of only get a few $100s, and kind of dilutes everyone. So with this one, there is a chance that submissions don't win any prize, but we'll expose them to. We'll have a submissions platform where they're showcasing their projects, and we'll also help them market it as well. And then the mentor panel, the judges panel, also includes investors, right? So you'll get first exposure to investors if you want to continue with your project and continue developing it. And the protocols that we have on as sponsors right now are looking for integrations, right? So even if you don't win a prize, there's a lot of collaboration opportunities to work with the sponsors as well, and they do have ecosystem grants and things like that where you can take your project forward. In terms of people kind of lurking around just seeing submissions and seeing what they can copy, I don't think we have a good solution for that, right? Since it's open source code. But if you we will help you market the the submissions, we'll showcase them, and also credit the person who built them if they want to move it forward.
Yeah, reputation is a powerful incentive to do good, especially in this space, especially being so embedded within the community and doing these things. So yeah, really excited for this hackathon. Mitch, thank you once again for jumping up on the stage, sharing this information. We'll keep sharing the links for folks, and hopefully we'll see someone or a group of folks from the WIP fam join in the hackathon. If anyone else has any questions for Mitch, either about what she does at 1KX or about the hackathon coming up, feel free to ping her.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Cool. And I think I saw Mike join the channel. I think he was server muted, so I'm going to mute him. Mitch, your mic is still on. You're typing furiously. So Mike, if you're still there, yeah, take it away. Tell us about HEXGO.
I see Mike there. I wonder if he's on push to talk. Mike, if you can hear us, yeah, seriously, death audio problems. If you can hear us, this is a problem we encounter with everybody every single week. It looks like yes, it looks like you muted yourself and then like unmuted yourself. So you might be on push to talk. You might have to hold down what, P?
Yeah.
I don't even know why.
What's going on? Can anyone hear me
Hey, yes, man, we got it.
now? Yeah, I got like 6 computer screens going on, and I'm trying to figure out like what's going on my Discord server. So I'm on the phone now.
Yes, it sounds great, man. So I'm glad we figured it out. Again, this happens all the time. I think all of us are guilty of having like 1,000 browser tabs open and everything.
Oh yeah.
So, dude, I'll drop the Gleam link while you're talking. I did explain the pre-list spots and the on-chain chain giveaway during my little thing in the beginning. So I'll drop that, man. But yeah, man, would love to hear about the project and glad we found you.
Yeah, for sure. So first off, I'm the owner of HEXGO and the founder. HEXGO is a different type of utility-based NFT. And what we do is we buy over 250 NFTs every single week, and we give them away to our members. So we actually are partnered with over 130 collab partners so far. What we do is we buy their NFTs every week, and we give them away. So we're building like a big ecosystem, you may. So no one's actually done this before, and we're basically a full utility base. So we have a HEXGO ecosystem, which is bringing all of our NFT partners combined. We have rewards. We have a metaverse already built, and we're building out a university as well. So it's basically one of those NFT projects that's designed to have hype every single week. You notice a lot of projects that they start and then kind of slows down and slows down. With HEXGO, it's meant to keep everything on a cycle and keep members holding the membership cards and just kind of growing from there. So that's kind of a little background about HEXGO.
Cool. In terms of like any like updates or anything you would want to share, anything to kind of hit the folks with, whether that be like a new release or anything upcoming folks can look forward to?
Yeah, for sure. So right now we have bought, I think, over 200 NFTs we're actually giving away early before we mint. So we're just doing our Discord testing right now, so people are able to join our Discord into the beta test just to get it open. We're going to announce the full opening of the Discord within 3 days and just do some email blasts and do some marketing campaigns. So anyone's able to come in right now to the Discord, get a VIP role, and get entered into some raffle giveaways to get things moving. And then we're about 4 weeks out, so we're going to be getting together with all our NFT partnerships and collabs, and just getting ready to get things moving as fast as we can. Now, also regarding whitelist spots, I believe, Rizzo, I gave you a few whitelist spots, and I think I bought some of your NFTs to give away to our community today as well. So you want to talk a little bit more about that as well?
Yes, confirmed. Yes, I did mention this earlier. The Gleam Link. They bought 3 on-chain chains. This is sort of like an internal distribution thing. They opened up 100 pre-list spots for people this sounds interesting to. They actually reached out to me to be one of these partners, and I was like, sort of hedging a little bit, to be honest with you. I'm like, this sounds like too good to be true, and now so here we are in front of everybody. They're distributing on-chain chains and everything. So, take it for what it's worth. Interesting to hear your guys' take on the project and everything. But I feel like Grow Your Base attempted to do something with this similar to this a long time. That was almost like a subscription service that got you NFTs. And it was actually pretty popular. And the people who got in on it early, I think, did like pretty well for themselves. I believe. Don't quote me on that. It was. Oh, gas killed it. Yes, you are right. Thank you, Show. So that's what this reminded me of. Mike reached out to me, and I suggested coming here and telling y'all about it. So cool. I know there's a couple questions from the audience. Mike, did I clarify that properly? Help me out. I see the link being dropped in the chat here, so hopefully people got it.
Yeah, so it's exactly what it is. So we have a registered sweepstakes, and to keep the everything moving and whatnot, that's the giveaway every single week. So it's nonstop action. So it's exactly just like that. But yeah, definitely, I would love to help answer some questions for some people as well if they have any questions about HEXGO.
Hey, Mike, what's going on, man?
Hey, man.
Sorry, there was a fire.
Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you mentioned partnerships. What does being in partnership entail exactly, aside from a Twitter post for marketing purposes? What's the real incentive?
Yeah, great question, man. So what we're doing for our partners is we're building a big ecosystem. So all of our NFT projects and collaborators, we built a private group, and we're able to connect everyone together. And then we're trying to combine utility together. So anyone that's joining HEXGO and is part of the HEXGO membership, we're trying to add on to the other NFT partners and say, hey, we're going to be buying some of their NFTs, and our members are able to win those NFTs and join their community as well. So we're trying to combine everything together.
Just to piggyback off of that, if it's extremely easy for a derivative project to become a partner with HEXGO, are they receiving any percentage of the giveaway? Or actually, how about this? In regards to value, many of these derivative projects don't have any real value with their NFTs. They're built on random phantom chains, or the communities are kind of suspect. What sort of value would someone receive as a member or a holder of the membership NFT if many of these NFTs don't have any value in the wallet at all?
Good question. So we have different tiers. We'll have our blue chip tiers, we'll have our utility tiers, and then we have the derivative projects as well. So the reason we started off with the derivative and low tier projects is so we're able to support what we promised, right? So every single week when we're buying 250 NFTs, we're going to make sure that we support that. So not all the NFTs are going to be equal value. So we can stack, let's just say, 10 or 50 different NFTs that are lower tier value. And the actual member of HEXGO, it's up to them if they want to keep it or sell it. But our high tier projects, those are the ones that we're really trying to gain a bigger partnership with and make sure that those members that win them will stay with that community as well.
All right. Lastly, we have a 2-part question here.
Yep.
From Brookhawk and Hidden Forces. What is the HEXGO Metaverse mentioned on the website, and where is the seed money coming from?
Yeah, good question. So the Metaverse is already built. I have partnered with someone that's kind of a secret right now, so I'm not going to release that. All the funding is actually through myself and my businesses. So I own many 7-8 figure businesses, and I took a lot of exits on a lot of e-commerce websites. So the funding is basically unlimited coming from my side and all of our partners as well that are joining in.
Very cool. Well, Mike, if anyone has any questions for Mike, feel free to tag them in the channel. But Mike, thank you so much for getting to the audio to work on the phone at least. You can
No
actually
worries
there's
there.
6 screens now. But thank you so much for sharing with us today. And thank you so much for the giveaways too.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, and another thing I didn't mention. So over 50% of the actual OpenSea sales volume goes into the vault every week, in case people are wondering where those funds come from. So we use 50% for the vault to buy our NFT projects partners, and then we do a bank heist, which is every month with blue chip entities, and that comes majority from the mint reserves. So everything's actually tracked properly. And our net operating income is going to be around 20%. So instead of just saying, hey, we're going to take 100% of the mint and just fuck off, we're running a real brand and real business. So we're doing it a little bit different than your average project. So we're just making sure that we're investing back into the brand and business, in case anyone had questions about that too.
Cool.
So hope that helps out.
All right. Next up, we have the Lighthouse project coming up. I see Anastasia here. If you want to unmute, and I'm not sure if you brought anyone else from the team, but feel free.
Yeah, I brought Jonathan. You guys hear me okay?
Yeah, loud and clear. You
Oh
have
my God,
good
that's
audio.
my really fancy blue mic, because I've recently been on a bunch of podcasts, so I've had to actually invest in the right equipment. So now I have sound very professional. I love it.
Very professional.
Yeah. So thanks for having us on. My name's Anastasia, and I head up the communications and ecosystem development efforts at Lighthouse. What that means is I'm responsible for how we structure our brand, our marketing efforts, our community efforts, how we speak to the ecosystem at large, so externally our voice, and how we build community. So what's Lighthouse, right? We are the open metaverse navigation engine. It's so surprising to me that we have almost no competition, and it's so obvious to me the opportunity to build a way for people to find each other and the experiences that matter to them and the projects that matter to them and the creators that inspire them in the metaverse. Right? Like the way that we find things right now on the internet is through search, but we can't easily search the metaverse because there's not really one metaverse, and the data rails to make everything discoverable don't really exist yet. So we're really at the very beginning of like the infrastructure effort of making the metaverse coherent and discoverable. So we call this the spatial web. It's like navigating the internet, but like everything is basically Google Maps. And instead of finding landing pages that you search for, you go to landing places and you kind of port into environments. And that means it's a pretty big ecosystem effort, right? It means that we can't work on this alone. We have to partner deeply with the companies and the creators that are building open metaverse worlds to ensure that we're able to read their data, make sense of their data, and make it like human readable on our end, so that when people are using Lighthouse to find stuff, it makes sense, right? Even if from one world to another, they're using kind of a different set of standards. Yeah, and where we are today is we're working really hard on the first version of our product. We're focusing on something we're calling creator gates. The idea of the gate is it's a gateway to the creators, like sum total of the projects and experiences that they've built in different metaverse worlds. We're focusing on creators right now because we think that, our theory is that for people to find themselves and each other and the things that matter to them in the metaverse, they're going to find it through the creators that they're following, the people that inspire them. It's kind of like music NFTs, right? Or music in general. Like if your world to be your gateway to music is through the artist, right? You follow the artist and you find yourself in music. So with the metaverse, if you're looking to experience something, you're probably looking to follow somebody that's already inspired you or someone that's relevant to you. And at that point, maybe you get comfortable and you know what you're doing, and maybe you're building your own stuff, but the gateway is through the creators. So right now we're working very hard at building that experience for creators, as well as launching our Discord, or really relaunching our Discord community so that it is tightly integrated with the needs of creators. So where can creators find the information they need to be better at their jobs? How can they cross-pollinate knowledge and skills among themselves and really like build a community of practice for what works in the metaverse and what doesn't? Can we create high quality content focused on creators to help them drive together as an ecosystem to drive massive value, and then eventually onboard the next, the proverbial next billion users? So that's what we're up to right now. Oh, and I don't want to forget to mention this. I'm really excited about this because I'm the resident comms pro. So this project's really fun. We're working on a metaverse report. So this is going to be a really deeply researched and thoughtful artifact talking about the state of interoperability in the metaverse. Because in order to do our jobs well, in order to make the metaverse discoverable, we have to also lead in terms of encouraging the ecosystem of other worlds and partners and creators to build in an interoperable way, so that something that exists in one world can also be readable and discoverable in another world. We believe in interoperability not only because it's a technical necessity to have some kind of common standard if we're going to be building many different experiences, but it's also because interoperability is necessary for creators to drive value to their work. Like with Web3, we've really pushed everything to the edges. Like now we have music NFTs, fantastic. We can own our content, but it doesn't have as much value if it's hard for people to find it, to aggregate it, to discover where it is. So the whole pie is smaller even if you own the pie. We're focusing on discoverability, and discoverability is a function of interoperability. So the more interoperable the worlds are, the more potential value or like total addressable market per asset that is developed by a creator. So it's really like it's advocacy for creators. If we're going to drive the creator economy and realize its potential, then we need to drive interop as well. So yeah, any questions around that?
I know we have a bunch of builders who've been trying to focus on that interoperability aspect. It's definitely one of the biggest challenges here. And there are some questions from the audience. Before those questions, I'm just curious, like what metaverse worlds or what virtual worlds are you focusing on first?
I'm actually going to introduce my my colleague Jonathan here, because he's actually started the company. He's been working so closely on all of our partnerships and working together with Worlds. So I think he's really well positioned to help answer that question.
Yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Yeah, can you hear me well?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the goal is to be as perfect. Yeah, the goal is to be as broad as possible in the numbers of world we're integrating with. So we're going to have our beta launch that's going to be in about 3 weeks. So kind of a closed beta. If any of you want to participate, feel free to ping us on Discord. Happy to have you in. This beta only going to have like four worlds, which are going to be Decentraland, Voxel. The sandbox, when it's going to be live, is going to be there, and mostly some experience from Portals as well, which is one of the biggest projects on Solana. Then we're going to be launching the full thing in December, and then at that point we're going to have a broader set of worlds. So we're going to have Webaverse in there, Portals, as I've said, Mona, Spatial, on Cyber, and quite a few others. So about 10 to 12 worlds. And I've heard the previous speaker talk about a metaverse that they have that's going to be live. So yeah, happy to chat with him to see if we can have it be a part of Lighthouse as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's really important to run a smaller pilot to make sure we kind of like iron out all the bugs and understand, especially kind of the pain points that users experience when they're using Lighthouse, before you start kind of like opening up the floodgates to all the other worlds, which there are going to be so many. So this work is really critical.
100%. And I'll pass the mic to Show to hit you with those other questions from the audience then.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi.
All right, we have a question from Hidden Forces. what kind of outreach effort to artists are you doing? Are there gains for early adoption?
Yeah, we actually want to focus on intrinsic rewards, not extrinsic rewards. So we don't want to attract people with kind of like a coin launch or something. We want people to come there for the community because the community is driving real content value. Like people are learning from the community. So how are we doing that? We're going to be launching a Discord speaker series. We've actually identified and spoken with a number of very inspiring and knowledgeable creators and people who are building in open worlds, so that every week there is a fruitful educational discussion in our Discord community about a specific topic that people can learn from. So this probably a little bit of a left turn from the way things are usually done, but we think that education and reliable, useful information is actually its own reward, because there is so much noise in this space. And if you can cut through the noise and provide people with actionable info that they can take and use to become better at the jobs that they do, then that's actually going to build a rich community that's there for the, to build with us, and not just there for like a short, like make a quick buck or something, if that makes sense.
It does. We also have a question from Paradox. He would like to know, will Lighthouse rely on traditional Web 2 adverts on the website to support itself financially?
Wow, we hadn't even had that conversation. I suppose not. No, that's definitely not part of our marketing plans at all right now.
Yeah.
Marketing, yeah. Our marketing is very much focused on. Go ahead, Jonathan.
No, I think that's a very important question, and that's one that was like the first question we asked ourselves before creating like the company. The key reason why we created Lighthouse and wanted to be, ourselves building this piece of infrastructure that we felt is needed, is to kind of move away from the patterns and behaviors that we've seen from Web 2 search engines up until now. So no, there wouldn't be any form of advertising and targeting kind of derived from user behavior on the platform. What we're going to do actually in the long-term vision is to create a creator data hub. So basically a market intelligence platform that's going to be informed by all the activity that we see natively taking place on the platform. So what are people jumping in, group of friends, what type of NFTs they have, all the type of info we're able to fetch and gather. We're going to create some market intelligence dashboard off of that, aggregated, so never targeted. And the goal for us is ultimately to become a DAO. So all the money that's generated from this creator market intelligence platform, from the activity originated on the platform, will actually be redistributed to the creators and builders building the experiences that attracts the more traffic on Lighthouse. So this is kind of a way for us of saying, you're the one building this, you're the one creating that value and attracting users. You should be the one kind of being able to benefit from it. So that's the way it's going to go. Advertising in platform is not something we want to do, and targeting is the last thing we want to do. Yeah.
That was so great. Thank you, Jonathan. I am once again thanking Past Me for accepting this job. I'm so happy to be here. This is, I think, a really important way forward in the metaverse, is to change things materially for the better from the way that we've experienced the internet today.
Very quickly, we also have a question from Rizzle. He would like to know, was a vote passed by the DCL DAO in order to get in there, or how was that possible? How did they do that?
No. Yeah, so far, like all these integrations I've shared with you, some of them are in the works, right? Some of them are done. Decentraland is actually the easiest party to work with because they have amazing subgraphs that they changed recently. So it broke all our backend, so we had to redo it. But anyway, the subgraphs are very good, and they have a public API that's quite extensive as well. So they are really, as their name say, decentralized and quite open in allowing people to access their data. So now it's public. If you look for it, you can get much of the info you need.
So it seems like I can't wait to like visualize what you're building, because it almost seems like you're going to be taking a lot of the spatial data, or data that you can only get by like hopping in world, and like like you said, with DCL subgraphs and their open API, utilizing that, whatever information you're able to get to kind of make it more legible or at least searchable within Lighthouse, if I'm understanding correctly.
Yeah, you just need to like drop me a note. I'll make sure to include you in the beta. It's gonna be like in 3 weeks, so you're gonna be to try it, and all of you guys on the call, and tell us, if something doesn't work or should be changed, and yeah, like taking your feedback. You're gonna see it very soon. It's almost ready for you to see.
Yeah, DM has already been sent in the future to check out that data. Awesome. Well, there's definitely been a lot of questions here. If there's any more questions for Jonathan or Anastasia, feel free to tag them. I'll report back after I go in for that beta. Very excited for that. But Jonathan and Anastasia, thank you so much for both of you joining with us and sharing about what you're cooking and building at Lighthouse.
Thank you so much. And invite us again.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Cool. Well, with speaker updates finished, I think we have another Jonathan in the house. Today's the day of the many Jonathans, a song a day man. Do we want to pass the mic to Paradox and Jonathan and take it away from here? What are we doing?
Yeah, let's see. Well, why don't we cue up Paradox's theme song, because Paradox is ultimately going to be documenting this thing, and then Jonathan and I can sort of explain what's going on here.
Just a humble cameraman looking for a tiny bit of attention. It's me,
fake
Paradox. Get your asses in line and smile for the fucking camera. No one cares about Matthew and Rizzle, that's for sure. It's about me, Paradox. I'm taking over the show.
I mean, we got to do proper protocol or whatever, right? You've got to do the theme song first. Okay, so, so like I was saying in the beginning, everyone hop into CryptoVoxels. Now is not the time to be naked and ashamed, because we're going to make history right here. Like I said, I applied to be in Song a Day Man's 5,000th song, and he let me be in it. And I was like, guess what? I'm going to bring a whole bunch of weirdo avatars in here with me. So and drag you onto the WIP with us to talk about it. So fortunately, he's in the house here. And Dragonate's actually got the song. So we're going to get a sneak peek of it, like right here. The non-public demo of his 5,000th song that we'll get to dance to. And he gave us a couple keywords that we're going to chat like above, so they pop up above our heads as we're dancing, so that it's like, it's relevant when it gets chopped up and put in the video and everything. So hang on, I got the buzzwords that we need. We were going back and forth here. So stuff like hug friends, take baths, read books, no hustle and grind, touch grass, take naps, the type of stuff that we all want to do anyway. It is a banger, Hidden Forces, if you've heard it. So hop into CryptoVoxels, orient yourself, figure out how to dance. I believe you press C or G or one of these letters. We'll figure it out and give more instruction. But Jonathan, man, why don't you tell everybody what's going on? Introduce yourself for I think our community is very familiar with you, but we've always got a couple new people in the house, man. So give people the overview and what we're up to here.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Can everybody hear me? Yes.
Yep. Yes.
Okay,
Sounds
good.
great.
Hi. Hello. It's me, Jonathan. So my 5,000th song is coming. I've been writing a song a day. Many of you know this since January 1st of 2009. So my 5,000th day in a row of writing a song happens on the 9th of September next month, just under 1 month. So the song itself is a giant collaboration. There's 27 singers, a bunch of people playing instruments, and then the last part of the collaboration is I just wanted as many people as possible to appear in the video. So yeah, as Rizzle said, but I want to correct one thing he said, which is there's no applying. I'm a very I believe one thing about Web3 for me is I want as few gatekeepers as possible. So everybody is welcome. It was very difficult for him to apply. Yeah. No. The song is called Hustle and Grind. It's a sort of a refutation of the grind set, the kind of like bullshit you got to work all the time and that's the only way you're going to succeed and all that kind of stuff. So that's what the song is. We're going to hear a very rough demo of the song. You'll hear all these different voices. It's not particularly mixed well. I'm a bunch of caveats for the song, the way it sounds. Anyway, and then, I'm here. I see Foxy Yoga here. I see folks. This is really neat. I don't spend any time in CryptoVoxels, but this is extremely cool. This is really great. And I can't wait to see what is filmed here. And so, that's it. I don't know what else to say. Let's put on the music and then have a good time dancing. And then this scene will wind up in the final video sometime, somewhere in it, somehow.
It's good to take breaks.
It's good to have fun.
Or you can be sure there'll always be more work to be done. But life ain't a game.
There need to be one.
Your hustle and grind, it starts to remind me of a Puritan. Worshipping work,
Demand blood sacrifice.
leaving death in the dust like Sisyphus.
Now you pay the price.
But don't forget to live, even if you're scared. That the life you dream of will suddenly just disappear. When you strip away all the money, all your wild ambition, oh honey, underneath it all, you're still you. It's good to take naps.
It's good to see friends.
I love naps.
It's good to daydream, reach shell silver sea where the sidewalk ends.
Go for a walk.
See the stars up above.
It's good to slow down and fool around. Hug the ones that you love.
Okay. Don't work so hard.
Don't work yourself tired. It's the biggest regret. Dying people sit on their dying beds. That's true. So don't forget to live, even if you're scared. That the life you dream of will suddenly disappear. When you strip away all the money, all your crazy ambition, honey, underneath that all, you're still you. It's true.
It's Louis, baby. Run to the clock, punch in the spot. Hate every day that I come to this job. Like, why am I here? It bring me no cheer. I'm living and feel like the government wants. Getting worked up to get talked down. On my work lunch, in my car now. Since the first pump when I bought down. Now I don't give a fuck about what the boss says to get home.
Rugged on the Lucy Rhymes verse.
Can you restart the song from there?
Hey guys, can I jump in, Rizzo?
Yeah.
Paradox. Okay, so what I think we could do is why don't we get some decent footage with everyone together up on the roof whilst we do this. So if everyone can run to or fly to the roof, if you're not in World, click the link which somebody will kindly drop in. Now what I want to do is, for this nice shot, I want everyone facing me. I'm the guy with the blue guy with a blue jetpack and a camera above his head. I want you all kind of not flying. I want you on the ground or on the roof, please. And there we go, we're getting there. Come on, let's get everybody up here. And then if everybody, whilst this song's going, kind of constantly be saying some of those lines that we were suggesting, maybe Rizzle or Jonathan, you can kind of put some suggestions in the chat. Okay, cool. We're pretty good on my side, so take it away when you are ready.
Take naps, touch grass, see friends.
Now the pressure's on Dragonate. Can he cue it up?
Song back, yeah.
This is why Dragonate can't do it.
Oh no!
Bugged by his own audio equipment. This is why I pass stuff on to Dragonate. So when it fails, then I have no responsibility for it. Oh no! Drop off.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, here,
we can do it in silence.
I could try sending another link.
Yeah,
Dragonate.
Here in the meantime, I'll drop the direct link to the roof so people can, if you are flying into the wall or whatever, hit the direct link in Discord here, and it'll pop you right up on the roof. And we'll see if we can't put this together at the very last minute. I see Louis C. Rhymes in the house here.
Oh, is Louis here?
Yeah, Louis here.
I don't think Louis even heard the song yet with everything in it. Let me see here. I'm trying to get this.
Confirmed.
I'm trying to get another link.
Louis has no idea what's going on. All right, cool.
Oh,
this
amazing.
is great. This is a great time, a great opportunity for me to kill a minute or two while we try and figure this out, to explain to people who have no idea what's going on, who just popped in, what's going on. So we are attempting to get everyone on the roof of CryptoVoxels here. Here's a direct link. Dragonate is sabotaging this event as we speak.
I just sent him another link to see if it works.
He says nothing, no links are working. Are there any Discord wizards in the house who might be able to stream a link from Dropbox at the moment?
You can also download it. I don't know. You can also download it and then stream it however you normally stream it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we all got the alpha. We could just download it ourselves and listen to it on our own, or try to all simultaneously press play.
Oh, there we go. There it is.
Oh, we got it.
When I bought down, now I don't give a fuck about what the boss says. Stick your hodos, so you poor now. But your bozos, yeah, you all clowns. Flipping profiles from the book lounge. Now I don't give a fuck about what the boss says. Good morning, the normies asleep. Stable ain't safe, not even for sheep. I'm doing me, despite all the fakers. Or my NFT, or you're not gonna make it. It's still, baby. It's good to run fast. It's good to walk slow. It's good to soft shoe in the morning when you have nowhere to go. It's good to touch grass. It's good to skip stones. It's good to name clouds that remind you of hours that have gone. They're just over that hill. They're beaming and proud. They're cheering you on. Hear their applause as the rain's coming down. Oh. But don't forget to live, even if you're scared. That the life you dream of will suddenly just disappear. When you
That's gonna be so great.
Dude, amazing.
That's gonna be so cool to have it show up in the video. It's gonna be really nice. I can see it. I can see how it's gonna work.
Dude, really appreciate you hopping in here and doing this with us, man. Excited to see how it plays out.
Forget it. I really appreciate you having me. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, and Louis just happened to be in the house too, and we hadn't even heard it before at all, and we resolved the audio catastrophes once again. Every single week we do this, man. That's why dude, you don't know, man. We play your song literally every single week. Death to audio problems. And literally every single week we have audio problems and must overcome them. It's like our running theme.
That's that's welcome to Song a Day. That's what I like to say.
Yes. Dude, appreciate you hopping on, man.
Thanks, guys.
Anything you want to leave, any details or anything you want to leave everybody with before?
Yeah, I mean, real quick, like, so, it's going on sale. The song will be auctioned off just like every other song. Beeple's 5,000th daily, went for 23,000 ETH and kicked off the last bull market. So maybe we can do something similar with this one. Although I doubt it. Although I am saying, like, if you know any whales, I don't know, like, literally, I'm being honest right now. Like, if you know any whales, I think the key is we need to find like a couple of like really big ego whales who would want to like bid against each other, like Justin Sun and Metacoven did, and just kept bidding it up and bidding it up. So that's the goal. Oh, I should say, a quarter of the proceeds, whatever we raise from the song, are going to Gitcoin, if you guys are familiar with Gitcoin, and a quarter of the proceeds are going to Protocol Guild, which is the group of developers who maintain Ethereum. So if you've heard about the merge, which is happening, which just got announced, that's the Protocol Guild. That's those devs. So a quarter of whatever we make is going to them, and a quarter to I'm gonna merge it, exactly, is going to Gitcoin. So that's what's happening.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, man. Always happy to have you in the house. If you stick around after the afties, you will get to hear yourself. I'm gonna let's see if anyone has that Gleam link handy from the beginning for the HEXGO giveaway and can drop that in here again. If you want a pre-list spot for their drop, and they're also giving away 3 on-chain chains to our audience. So I just got to pull that up again. But I will. Oh, thank you, Brookhawk. So yeah, check that out. Again, don't feel the need to totally dox yourself. If you don't want to put your full name in there, just put something in there that makes us know you're one of us and not some rando bot. And get a thing. Sign the guest list in the world. It is somewhere. I think it's Carolina Duh just dropped a link. Just put your social security number, your seed phrase, yes, and we'll send you a chain, soon to be in DCL. Past a 4 million vote on their DAO to get in there, yo. With that, I'm gonna pass the mic over to the show for the afties. Thank you, everybody.
Wait, is this thing on?
Yeah! It's time for the afties! Hot takes, opinions, thoughts. Let's go!
Hey, y'all. Please adjust your headphones, your speaker volume. If you're brand new to the afties, this segment, this portion of the WIP, just do me a favor, adjust it. And also mute your microphones if you haven't already. Thank you. Because WIP fam, WIP fam, WIP fam, WIP fam, WIP fam. Don't you enjoy freedom? seriously, don't you enjoy freedom? Freedom means different things to different people. Freedom for people to do what they want is scary to those who benefit from you not having agency and self-awareness. In America, the term freedom is thrown around so much that people roll their eyes. It's like, oh God, don't talk to me about that self-righteous shit. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. It's like that eye roll that you give when you're forced to stand up and sing the national anthem. You know, it's like, okay, we get it. The right to privacy and being free to do what you want makes people scared. Things like, what are you doing in that room? What are you doing under those sheets? What are you doing on the toilet? Fear of the unknown. Fear is the mind killer. When it gets to a point where your privacy makes other people imagine and fear the absolute worst, then they will feel the need to create the things in the deepest parts of their mind and then project that onto you as if you're the reason for their psychoses and their insecurity, only because you want to do things without people watching and tracking you. Because, like, hey, who the fuck wants to be watched and tracked? Not everyone is into voyeurism, you know? Let's be real here. And when money is involved, it gets even more heightened. The US Treasury is fearful that you are making large amounts of money, that you, as a citizen of the United States, you are evading your bills, that you are money laundering for drug cartels and foreign enemies. You've heard me say things about Janet Yellen over and over and over again. Look at the result. Was I crazy? Was I crazy during those afties where I was talking ad nauseum about Janet Yellen? Was I crazy? The fear is front row and center, y'all. Look. Tornado Cash. A decentralized crypto mixing tool was sanctioned by the US government through the US Treasury Department by, guess who? Janet Yellen, with the support of Elizabeth Warren. As a result, we saw who else in our space who we thought were champions and championing the same degen ideology as we all do. We saw them show their true colors. Circle/USDC, GitHub, who's owned by Microsoft, Infura, which is the main RPC for MetaMask, which is actually owned by Consensus, which is owned by JP Morgan Chase Bank, Alchemy, DYDX just a couple of hours ago. These entities flipped the switch and froze all forms of money tied to Tornado Cash. That means if you were a regular degen who just got paid from an employer in the space but did not want that employer to know your transaction history or what valuable assets you held because of Etherscan, which would make them judge whether or not to pay you the amount that you agreed on, and you use Tornado Cash in order to protect your privacy, that means that you no longer have that ability to maintain a respectable relationship with adequate privacy, and above all else, your Tornado Cash funds that were in the tools pool were lost thanks to the US government. Meltem Demirors said it best. Just because there is one bad actor does not mean that everyone is a bad actor and that you need to destroy it all or handcuff everyone. Due to the fear of some elusive North Korean hacker group who is supposedly responsible for the Nomad Bridge hack, the Ronin Bridge hack, the Curve Finance hack, which used Tornado Cash in order to hide the stolen crypto and have a way to go liquid on the back end, the US Treasury has now made it illegal for anyone to use this tool to even go on their website. That being said, there's a law that protects computer code under the First Amendment. Computer code is a form of speech. akin to writing in a newspaper. As a result, computer programs and tools are a form of free speech. A tool is just a tool. It can be used in many different ways. No one is getting hurt from using Tornado Cash. The majority of users were not getting hurt. They were not money laundering. They were not evading anything. The nature of the space is anonymity and privacy in order to strengthen ourselves. Becoming the Kwisatz Haderach, becoming Muad'Dib or the Mahdi, depending upon whether or not you're on Arrakis or if you're on Caladan. But if you're afraid of what people can do with tools in America, tools that hurt and kill, there are no sandworms in the deepest part of your mind, Janet Yellen. You know what's in the deepest part of your mind? There's no spice there. It's lacking flavor in your mind, Janet Yellen. Maybe we should have sanctions on guns. How about that? How about that? Welcome to the Afties, y'all. I'm your host, Show. You already know. If you don't know, God damn it, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. This is the portion of the whip. This is I was gonna say armament, quite the opposite. This is the Mentat portion where I take some drugs and I'm feeling like Peter DeVries, the original from not the one in the 80s with Sting, you know. This is the original from the book. I take a pill and the spice must flow, and I'm doing calculations in my brain. I'm pretty sure you're doing calculations too in the space. All these references to Dune are probably flying over everyone's heads. Not from the fucking movie remakes or anything. The real fucking story. If my cursing offends you, sorry. This is the portion of the event where you share all your opinions in the form of a hot take or an opinion. Share it. I know you've been thinking. Speaking of things that we think about, here's the first, in regards to our first presenter. Here's my hot take. We clearly see that it's easy to make money as a venture capitalist in this space. You can spread the money across all kinds of nascent projects, and you can bet that at least one of them is going to gain some kind of traction, and then you'll be able to pull out when you feel like they don't hit your target mark. But yeah, you made money, but they didn't make the amount to keep them afloat. So it's kind of like you make them feel like they're propped up, like they're succeeding. But once you pull out, they realize that there was nothing. There's no water under the bridge. It's dry. All the fish are starving. Do fish starve when there's no water? You catch my drift. So when it comes to having a crypto venture capitalist or a hedge fund, a crypto fund, do we need them? I don't think we need them. Thoughts?
There's many things we don't need. Why start nitpicking?
Have you ever seen goldfish nitpicking at the side of the glass?
No.
I'm the dumbest voice in the room. I don't understand venture capitalism. I don't understand funds. You can't even make it make sense to me because I'm dumb.
Well,
I
venture
don't get it.
capitalists are people who give money to get money.
Why? I thought you were
Because
supposed
they're
to make money,
greedy.
not give it. But if you're greedy, why are you giving it away?
Because of
Make
the
it make
promise that they'll
sense.
get more money back from the whatever that they're giving it to.
But that's illegal. Isn't that fucking... What? Where's Janet Yellen to explain it's illegal to promise that you're gonna give money to people, but then if you don't make money back, then it's illegal somewhere in the U.S. Treasury somewhere. She's like she has her panties in a bunch all the time anyway. Maybe she should wash them. It wouldn't be so crusty.
She's
All
too
the
busy
fucking
complaining
time.
that her neighbors won't let her look at their mail.
She's too busy making so much money. She doesn't have time to purchase a new pair of underwear.
She's too busy. She's eating her underwear.
Moving on, next subject. In this space, we have had plenty of attempts of people seeking to aggregate all of the NFTs in the space in order to add some form of value. The truth of the matter is, there are companies that are empty. Their whole goal is to package and then repackage what you're packaging, right? Aggregate a bunch of other companies. Mind you, this may or may not be a venture capital, right? Capitalist organization. It could just be someone like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna collect all of these projects. I'm gonna put a nice little bow tie on them, repackage them, right? At no cost to myself, give away things, and then turn a profit on percentages here and there. Charge you at the gate, subscription-wise, or charge you at the gate by selling you access, but then I turn a bigger profit on the tail end without disclosing. We've had this before, which is why Janet Yellen doesn't like it. They say it's money laundering. Thoughts?
Oh, everything's fucking money laundering. Literally everything. Buying a burger is money laundering. Prove me wrong.
They can't even prove that the NFTs aren't securities. If these companies that aggregate all of these NFTs and add a subscription, they slap a subscription on it, right? If you pass it through the Howey test, it fails. You're expecting a return on your investment. You invested by paying for access into the thing, right? But we know that it's not a security. It's not that. Why do we need it? I'm done.
Securities? Why do we need what?
Why do I need to be aggregated and repackaged?
For their
Am I
convenience.
not getting it?
For Janet Yellen's
Am
convenience.
Am I not getting enough visibility anyway?
Yes. I mean, no. Or something.
Marketing in the space, we know that it's not like Web 2, where you buy a bunch of ads and then people click on it, you get ad revenue. In the Web 3 space, I mean. Web 3 space is unpredictable. We've had people attempt to create marketing firms, right? We had people say, oh, hey, you pay for this subscription. We spread it out across many different communities, and people will start engaging. You'll see an uptick in your engagement on Twitter and your purchases. But we know, thanks to 8 months and 12 months, basically 8 months of this year, 12 months of last year, we know that this model is faulty, that you end up losing more than what you would have lost if you would have stayed independent or stayed without hiring a company or a nascent organization that's looking just to market things, trying to bring Web 2 marketing schemes to Web 3. It does not work.
Well, who's out there creating a new idea?
Exactly. That's the only time in your life that you've been correct. Every other time you've been wrong as fuck.
Bitch.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm hoping that we keep creating the wheel over and over again so it can keep rolling. More. Right? Wrong? Moving on. Last but not least. Let me see here. last but not least, shout out to our last presenter. Oh, wait. Oh. I feel somewhere in the mix, that we need to take away instead of adding more. Adding to the confusion, adding to the noise. I'm part of the problem. Adding confusion and noise. Maybe we just need to sterilize the whole space and make it wholesome. Make it more palatable, depending upon the way you pronounce that word.
How many plates are required?
Why are you asking me questions you know the answers to? That's the whole point. That's why we need to remove the noise so we can find the answers better. Thoughts?
But noise can be fun. Mostly a waste of time, but fun. But
thoughts? The projects provide so much information, these formulas, these ways, but they're not fully answering questions that we have about things that we have about the space. It's like, but how does this benefit me? How does this benefit us? I don't have a college degree. I don't have a high school degree. I didn't graduate from kindergarten. But I'm here because I heard that I can make $1 million. Have I made it? No. Do I know if I will? I don't know. So how does this benefit me? I don't understand. Make it make sense. Make it simple.
Make it specific. How does what benefit you? Butt stuff?
Exactly. How does what benefit me? How does what benefit me? Yo.
Asking philosophical questions here.
How does a woman who was educated at the highest of heights, crafted and molded to be the perfect face, to represent an antiquated form of currency and monetary policy, to uphold things that were built on asbestos walls in the 1920s, the progeny of Bretton Woods. How should I expect to benefit from the wisdom or actions of this individual who does not understand what's happening in the current space?
Well, see, I think the simple answer to that question is you don't.
There is no simple answer. You know why? Because the spice must flow. And as a mentat who didn't graduate from kindergarten or pre-K, I can still do mental calculations in my mind. I am a human computer. Why the fuck do I need someone to limit my access to a privacy tool that allows me to expand my mind? You're telling me that I can't use the spice? That my thoughts can't flow?
Correct.
Well, fuck that shit. This is Chapter House Doom. The great and powerful AI is coming to kick your fucking ass that we attempted to remove. Thanks to Serena Butler. Thanks to Shaddam Corino. I'm sorry, I don't want to be enslaved by an AI just because the spice wasn't flowing, Janet Yellen. Make it make sense. Thank you so much, y'all. Shout out to everybody who came through to the whip. It's gonna take y'all a while to unravel everything that I just said. You're like, what the fuck? Listen, maybe a day or two, you're gonna start like you're gonna remember at least one thing I said, and it's gonna unpack everything else I just said. It's all packaged nice and neatly, unlike projects that are trying to resell your own shit. Shout out to a project that doesn't resell your own shit, meme.com. What's up, meme.com? And all the leadership team, the homies here doing great things. Shout out to the WIP crew. You know I love each and every single one of you. And last but not least, WIP fam, thank you for hanging out still in the voice channel. All right. Hopefully this is infinitely more palatable than anything else that you've consumed throughout the day or week or the months on end. Ethereum, the merge is coming. The merge is fucking coming, y'all. And they fucking moved up the date. Well, not by a lot, but by a little bit. Much love, y'all. See you later.
Nothing simple. There is no sense. Great whip once again, fam. We'll be over in Token Smart in about 1.5 hours for the cipher, and then we got jazz after that. It's actually said to be the birthday of August 11th, 1973. Hip hop was born. So join us. Much love. Peace, love, and whipsy.
One, two, three, four. Sunshine, mashed potatoes, I want chicken, cheese. Fuck yes, oh cheese, oh cheese, oh cheese, oh this is awesome, 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 Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Pizza's good too. I like where this is going, yeah. Fuck yes, cheese. Kill the audio box with fire, with fire. Death to audio problems. Lactose intolerant people, I am so sorry. Give me that shit. I got carried away. We all love a good meme explorer song. Cheddar, blue cheese. Better way says cheese emoji. Randolph has cheese. Meme explorers with extra cheese. Death to audio. Death to audio problems. Death to audio. Problems. Cheddar won't go out for days. Cheese is like fuck yes, go to audio problems, down to audio problems, down to audio, a gift of cheddar cheese. Audio problems don't deserve to live. Two emoji with the tongue sticking out. And Mentaler and Gruyere. That almost rhymes. Cheddar is money given now. Spend some of your cheddar on that, please. Rizzle says death to audio problems. Rizzle says death to audio. Rizzle says death to audio problems. Rizzle says death to audio. Lots of gifts of cheesy things, all up in the Discord of meme explorers. Oh, lots of gifts of cheesy things. Cat with heart eyes, clap, clap, clap. Cheese steak, cookies, hi, cheese is the best. Gifts of cats with cheese on their faces, death, death, death. The only thing we love more than cheese is gifts. The only thing is fondue. Rizzle says death to audio problems. Rizzle says death. Audio as a milk. Cheese is live. Audio problems. Cheese is live. Oh, yeah. Yay. The little kitten says LOL, and Elmo's on fire, and Ernie's got condoms on his ears, so fire, so fire. Death to audio, to audio, death to audio, LMAO. Give me cheese, oh give me death to audio, death to audio. Vibe check, vibe check. Death to high ping. I want some lemonade. Make cheese great again. Condoms on the ears. That's what it looked like to me. Oh, death to audio problems, to audio, death to audio problems, to audio. I'm vibing, make cheese lemonade. When life gives you rotten cheese, you make cheese lemonade. So much cheese and some sriracha, some cheese and some sriracha. Me vibing big time when Rizzle coins. You make nachos, you make nachos. Love the song, so dope. Stuff that cheese in your face. Stuff that cheese in your face with jalapeno. With jalapeno. In your face, cheese whiz. Pickles, yes, cheese whiz. In your face, I said death to audio. To audio, oh, death to audio, to audio, oh, death to audio, to audio, death makes me audio, to audio, death to audio, audio, oh, death to audio, to audio, to audio, Elmo's audio, to audio, Gouda is good, rapping like to audio, shake to audio, oh, yeah, that's it.